Hello once again, my friends. I am Marksman, and I've been playing Terraria a lot. Guys, I've been playing it a lot. I did not think the update would be this awesome, but it is, and it is here to stay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, I want to show you some of the awesome weapons that you can get. Of course, there's the Excalibur, which is the basic thing that was basically the greatest weapon possible at the end of the last update. But then, so much more has been added. I did not think it would be this good. Here is the true Excalibur. It shoots a beam. It shoots like a little mini Excalibur. It rocks their freaking worlds. And it's so cool. Freaking, it shoots another sword. It uses your mana, but that's okay. And then there's True Knight's Edge, which is actually better if you compare the two. Very, actually kind of a lot. But yeah, True Knight's Edge, real cool. It shoots a spinny sword too, which is way cooler, obviously. I mean, duh. There are so many cool different things. Oh, and before I continue, you should know that this chlorophyte stuff is, I believe it's the new best armor. I have not really explored enough to be 100% sure, but I'm wearing the Spectre hood over top, or the Spectre apparel. I don't know what to call it, but Spectre stuff over top. That's why I have that little crystal over me that shoots at my enemies. So, apologies ahead of time, because it's going to actually, you know what, I might as well just take off the helmet so it doesn't shoot at enemies all the time. So, what I'm going to show you is all these different weapons. These are all my favorite weapons in the game so far as of yet. And I'm going to get to these ones in just a minute. They are my absolute favorites so far. So, we're going to start with the, well, you already know the flamethrower, hopefully. The Spectre pickaxe, which is kind of cool. It's not really a weapon. But, okay, Nimbus Rod. Real cool. And it's obviously an homage, unless there's some other form of this, to a different thing. But it shoots a little cloud that rains. I was getting at Final Fantasy. Dragon Ball Z, if I'm not a complete idiot. Another really cool one is the bee gun. It shoots bees, and it uses your mana. It flies after enemies, and that's super cool. And they do a ton of, actually not very much damage, but there's a lot of them, and they just swarm the enemies, and it's wrecking ball time with life. Okay. Shackle, I don't want you. Okay. Next one is the Heat Ray. There's two guns like this, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I've done a ton of exploration. These are the only two I could find. Oh, and by the way, this is like my boss fighting map. This is my actual save, but I just use this on my other worlds. It won't get destroyed when I'm fighting bosses. But anyway, the Heat Ray. There's another one called the Leaf Blower that's very similar, but this gun has infinite ammo and doesn't use your mana at all. It doesn't run off of anything. It just shoots. It's awesome. There you go. There's the Heat Ray. It's pretty sweet, and it does a pretty good amount of damage. 57 magic damage. Not bad. Now, the new Mini Shark. Oh man, this thing is awesome. It shoots very quickly and very powerfully. It does 36 instead of the Mini Shark's like 6 or whatever. That's awesome. I like it a lot. Just freaking awesome. I can't even, there's so many cool things. Rocket launcher, I don't have any rockets right now, so I'm sorry I can't show it off. But I will possibly later. The Shadow Beam Staff. Now, to get the full experience with this, stop collecting stuff. Now, to get the full experience with this one, I'm going to go in here and shoot it. And you can see that it shoots like a beam that ricochets around everywhere. I don't know how it got outside, to be quite honest with you, but I like it. Now, this one really isn't a weapon, per se, but it shoots bubbles. And I like that a lot. And I can just keep shooting bubbles. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, this is a bubble maker over here, this thing. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But here's the Inferno Fork! You shoot it, and it keeps burning. It's like the Greater Chaos Fireball from Dark Souls. Big fan of that. Alright. Next one is a Staff of Earth. You shoot a boulder thing, and shoot boulders. Because boulders were pretty much useless in the last update, because nobody ever used them ever. For anything, really. Now, they have added sickles. There's another really cool one later on. But this one is the Ice Sickle. Now, the coolest thing about these is they're like a melee weapon, but they shoot a projectile that doesn't use any mana. It just has limited range. Now, come on. You gotta admit, that's pretty sweet. I mean, we've all wanted something like this. Come on. Cap. Well, unless you have never played Terraria. But that's probably not the case. Now, the Crimson Rod is like the Nimbus Rod, except it does a little bit less damage. But it shoots blood on your foes. It shoots blood rain. Oh, and the raindrops all do damage. So you can see that the slimes underneath, they'll walk into it and take damage. And same with the Nimbus Rod. That's what I kind of forgot to really show you. Anyway, here is the Key brand. Obviously, another homage to the great series of Kingdom Hearts with a key blade. But they don't want to title it that for probably copyright reasons, and I'm okay with that. That's probably a smart decision on their part. Anyway, on to next. Next thing is the Beekeeper. This thing, when you hit an enemy with it, which it has very limited range, but it spawns a bee every single time, and those little bees will go off and do their own little damages. Pretty cool. I like it a lot. Next is the Piranha Gun. Now, this thing shoots off a lot like one of those spike balls, but it'll hook onto enemies, and once it hooks onto one, it'll track to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and it'll do continuous damage until the enemy's dead. 33 damage. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, this one isn't a weapon, but come on. We've all wanted to travel like this. I mean, let's be honest here. Who hasn't? Come on. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing now. Okay. Back to seriousness. True Knight's Edge I already showed, which is pretty dang awesome, if I do say so myself. But it does use a little tiny bit of mana, but even if you're moving around, it recharges fast enough where you can pretty much use it continuously. Anyway. On to the Beam Sword. This is a very... I thought this was like a contender for the final sword when I first got it, but it's the Beam Sword. It shoots beams of light, and it's awesome. I don't know, it's just really cool. Cool idea. Does pretty good damage as well. Slime Staff. Now, there's a new component to this game that I'm about to show off that is extremely, extremely cool. This summoning. This little slime is going to come help fight for me now. And he just goes around and rocking these other slimes' worlds. Now, obviously he doesn't do a lot of damage, but don't worry about that, because there are other things you can summon, like a little pygmy dude. And he follows you around, and he can fly, which is just really cool. See, he's like flying, he's surfing on his spear, and then he uses to beat people up with it. Watch. Okay, we'll find a slime. There he goes. Ah, there he goes. He does quite good damage, and I don't think he took a very long time to go away last time I tried him. So, that's one of the other summoning things. And finally, the last summoning thing that I know of, personally, is the Frost Hydra. Now, it's basically like summoning a turret, because it just shoots frost balls. Frost balls, that's kind of gross. But it shoots frost balls at enemies. You'll see them and it'll be like, and it'll shoot a frost ball and then they explode. Now, Enchanted Sword, I kind of went back a little bit, but this is like the Beam Sword, but like before that, kind of. It's pretty good for lighting your path, though, down in the mines. And another thing is the Scourge of the Corruptor. Now, oh, there he is. He's shooting his stuff. Did you see that? Hopefully you saw a little bit of it. Well, we'll stay on this side just so you can see it. Now, the Scourge of the Corruptor. You shoot a little Corruptor dude, and then he breaks into two Corruptor dudes. And this thing is really good because it just kind of breaks off into a ton of them. I'm actually not entirely sure if they track the enemy. I haven't tried it in that sense yet. But yeah, have you noticed that the pygmy dude is still around? He stays for a long time. I don't really understand why, but I like it, and I'm okay with it. Let's see if these things track. Oh, yeah, they track. Alright, that's really overpowered. Alright, now, on to my favorites. This is the pick saw. It's as fast as one of those drills. It's a saw and a pickaxe, so it's really dang good. Actually, let's just break off. I don't know why I had it like that for so long. But anyway, yeah, real good. It actually does quite a decent amount of damage, especially since it's really quick. Anyway, next thing is the axe. And as you can hear, it's just a straight up guitar. And it has hammer and axe power, so it's combined with these other two, it's like a Hamdrax kind of. Alright, next. The Rod of Discord. I can teleport. Enough said. Really cool, right? I know. I can just straight up teleport. Anywhere on screen, I can just... wherever I want to be. I just point and click. Now, I think that's awesome. Now, one of my other personal favorites is the Leaf Blower. Now, it doesn't sound very good, but what it does what am I saying? For what it doesn't have in aesthetics, it makes up for in firepower and awesomeness. Now, this is the other gun that I was talking about that doesn't use anything to shoot. And it shoots little leaves! It's awesome! It shoots plants! And then the plants rock enemies' worlds, because it's just basically like having a machine gun that has infinite ammo. And you never run out, ever. See? It's awesome. I like it a lot. And it doesn't make an annoying, like, sound. It's just, I don't know. I like it a lot. Next is the rainbow gun. It shoots rainbows. And they do continuous damage, so you can see that the slime just kind of jumped into it, and that one did too. And they last a long time, and eventually it does dip down. So it doesn't matter what angle, it'll always curve and then dip like a rainbow. See? There you go. I shot it pretty much straight up. And you saw me do a dash, I will talk about it in just a second. Now, another really cool one is the possessed hatchet. It tracks enemies down, and costs nothing to use. It just does that, and it does a ton of damage too. 194 damage. I don't know why I said 194. It's 94 damage, and it's range. You just go like that, and then it tracks enemies. Really overpowered. Now, now this is just kind of funny. The golden shower. It shoots golden shower, and I like it solely for this purpose. Is I can just rain down death upon my enemies. I don't know why I think that's so cool. Anyway. Second to last, but not least, is the vampire knives. Ooh. Now, what's cool about these is not only are they also infinite, they hit enemies, do 33 damage each, and then give you life back. You see those little, like, lasers that shoot back at me? They're giving me life. Yeah. It's kind of really powerful. But as you can see, they start spitting out towards the end of the screen, so they kind of don't do any more damage after that. But that's okay. These are really overpowered to begin with. Second to last, but not least, is the... I don't know, I'm going to keep saying that. Death Sickle. It's huge, it's fast, you can hold it down, and it shoots little mini sickles. And they can go through walls, and there's a lot of them, and they don't cost anything. It's awesome. So I can just shoot straight through this wall and kill this slime and murder his life, blood, forever. And... finally, it's certainly not least, is the Terra Blade. This thing, man. Boo! It shoots a little blade that not only does it do damage, but it goes through enemies. It goes through them, straight through them. And I'm not sure if it does continuous damage because no enemy has lived long enough to tell the tale, really. Yet. I have not tried it on any bosses yet. But yeah, it's quite awesome. That's all I can really say about it. It's pretty cool. It's very fast, and it looks just sweet. Okay, now I'm done with my weapon section. Now, let me put my little chlorophyte mask back on, and now you see this little crystal's gonna start shooting at enemies for me. And it makes like a grass crunching sound when it shoots, which is kind of weird. The pygmy's still around, by the way, which is kind of ridiculous. Let me put the frosty down right here. He'll chill there and watch my back. Alright. These are some of my favorites so far. I haven't tried all of them, but you can get different types of wings. One of them is the frozen wings. They don't have really any other purpose, so you can see like the little frost particle effect. If you can see it, hopefully. Yeah, you see the little frost particles coming out of my wings when I do that sort of thing. Next is the bundle of balloons. This is like Cloud in a Bottle on steroids. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then wings. Quadruple jump. Yep, that's it. It's awesome. I don't even know, man. Quadruple jump is just nice. And it's so much higher than the normal double jump. Those were just regular jumps. Boom. See? Look at that. Oh, man. So cool. Now, the final thing that I have... Now, you had to do a bunch of stuff to get this. But the Master Ninja Gear. Oh my gosh. This stuff is cool. It lets you dash. That's what you saw. You just double tap the button in whichever direction. I've not... Yeah, you can't do it down or up. But yeah, you double tap the button and you can do a dash. You can't lead into like a run or something. Or a sprint. But it's helpful for evading or trying to get from point A to point B pretty quickly. But you can't do it very quickly, or in rapid succession. I mean, it's pretty quick. But anyway, you get the point. And it also lets you wall climb. See this? It's wall climbing. And you can slide down walls. So you can grapple. You just hold the direction of the thing that you're facing, and you can wall climb. It is quite cool. And then you can slide down. That's why I had this pillar here the whole time. You were probably like, why does this guy have just a pillar on his roof? That doesn't go very far. And this is why. It's quite cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, these are most of my favorite weapons. I have yet to try everything, but these are some of the coolest weapons that I have found so far in Terraria 1.2. Thank you guys for watching. And if you did stick around this long, which is kind of ridiculous, then yeah. Have yourself a good day. And if you want to see more stuff, maybe like this, I don't know. I haven't really done this before. But if you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. Well, like maybe. But subscribe for shizzles. And comment. Let me know if there's any cool weapons that I missed, and I will go look into them and try and get them. Thank you guys for watching yet again. And I will see you later. Stay frosty.